When it comes to hair growth and healthy natural hair care, most people don't have a growth problem, they have a commitment problem. You can't tell me you want your hair to be healthy, you want your hair to be long, you want your hair to be full, you want all of this good stuff that comes with good hair, but you are not willing to put in the work. And this is where a lot of people fall. I cannot tell you the number of people who reach out to me on a daily basis asking for the secret sauce to my hair growth, asking for remedies, asking for recipes, asking for routines, asking for protective styles that they can do to get the kind of results that I have. But when I show them all of these things, when I point them to where they need to go, when I give them recommendations, they don't do anything. They don't apply anything. They don't do the routines. They don't even go to find the products. Instead, they start complaining. They start telling me things like they don't have the money. They are students. Can I bring down the budget? Can I do this one? Can I do that one? Can I even help them with money to buy the things that they need? It doesn't work like that. For every stage of your natural hair journey, for every stage of life that you are, there is something that you can go for that is going to give you what it is that you need and you want for your hair. So if you are somebody that is wealthy, that has a lot of money, there are options for you. If you are a student that has limited funds, there are options for you. You don't have to use the same thing that every single person is using. And one thing that I try to do is recommend things to people based on who they tell me they are, where they tell me they are, and what it is they tell me they need. I even go as far as presenting the option of going for store-bought products or DIY products so that they know that they are not just limited to doing one thing and they can try something else based on their preference. And even with all of these, there are still people who have problems committing to actually caring for their hair. It's a very, very big problem because even if you buy all of the things in the world, even if you have all of the information in the world, if you're not acting with the information that you have, you're definitely going to remain where you are with no progress being made. Your hair will be at one length in January, you get everything you need. By December, if you've not done anything with everything you've gotten from January to December, you'll still be at the spot that you were in January. A lot of us don't want to hear it. A lot of us don't want it for ourselves, but unfortunately this is what we have and this is what's happening. Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Efe here, and today we're going to be talking about 5 things that the women who have long, thriving, luscious natural hair are doing that the women who are stuck at the same length may not be doing. And when it comes to being stuck at one length, it's a little dicey because most times it may be because of situations outside of your control, and that is completely okay. If your hair is stuck at one length because of something you can't control, you will know yourself and you will know that you've identified what it is. But if your hair is stuck at one length because of something you are refusing to do, you will also know yourself and you will know exactly what the cause is. And if your hair is stuck at one length because of something you know nothing about, or because of something that you are not aware of, because of something that you cannot seem to identify, that's a completely different thing, and you actually need to work on identifying what it is first. The first step to solving any problem is identifying what the problem is. Once you have done that, you can now go about intentionally attempting to solve that problem. Now, if you're willing to be honest with yourself and you fall under the category of people whose hair is stuck at one length, or who has hair that is not what they want to see due to them not being committed to their hair care, to their products, to their hair routine, whatever the case may be, then please, I need you to actually point it out to yourself and be willing to change things around so that you get the results that you're looking for as far as your hair growth is concerned. The very first thing is that you're not being consistent with your hair care routine. There are 2 very important things that you need after you've identified your porosity, that's how your hair absorbs moisture and hydration and retains it and loses it. The first thing is that you will need to have a routine. The second thing is that you will need to have some products that you use to care for your hair. Those 2 things, hand in hand, when used consistently, are very powerful, and they are the game changers of any hair growth journey. If you know the way that your hair absorbs water, moisture, hydration, and you know how it retains it, how it loses it, but you do nothing in terms of a routine and products, you just apply the water to your hair loses the water, your hair retains the water, or it does not even absorb the water, whatever the case may be, you don't pay any attention to any of these things, so no product, no routine, nothing, you will just have hair that is growing, but at some point that hair is also going to break, and eventually it will break off more than you're able to retain length. But when you have a routine that you follow that actually works for your hair, and you have products that you use that actually work for your hair, and you actually use these things consistently, not only will your hair grow, but it will grow well. You'll be able to retain length as well. Your hair is going to grow more lustrous. If you want it to get longer and you're actively doing styles that help retain length, the hair is going to get longer inevitably. Your hair does not respond to something that you do once and leave off. Your hair responds to the thing that you do repeatedly, week after week, month after month. That's why it's called a routine. A routine is not one-off. It's something that's part of your lifestyle. So you know, if I'm doing so and so this month, I'm supposed to repeat it next month and the following month and the following month. And the key to being consistent with a routine is keeping it very, very simple. That's why I started to talk more about no longer doing routines that have 10, 20, 7, 15, a lot of steps, but breaking everything down into the key steps that your hair needs to thrive. So cleansing, conditioning, moisturizing, and then protective styling. Those are 4 primary steps of any good hair routine. Once you have figured out what to use for each and every one of these steps, it will be easy for you to repeat these steps on a consistent basis. And the women who have this long, beautiful hair, they are doing these very simple activities repeatedly over and over again. The second thing is you are not taking moisture seriously enough. Moisture can make or break your hair. If your hair is not properly moisturized, if your hair is constantly dry, it's going to break constantly, it's going to always be brittle, it will be very, very frizzy, and it will just feel as if it is 1 inch away from breaking off. And when your hair breaks consistently, it will be very difficult for you to retain length. And the unfortunate thing is a lot of women still underestimate how much damage lack of moisture can cause to the hair. Moisturizing your hair once, whenever it is you wash the hair, is not enough. You have to make sure you have other days within the week where you reapply moisture to the hair, and back this up by using products that also moisturize and keep moisture locked into the hair. When you go to sleep at night, you want to make sure you're using satin fabric to protect your hair, not cotton, not any other fabric. Any other fabric will suck out the moisture from your hair, but you see satin fabric is going to keep the moisture in the hair, and you will wake up with your hair still feeling moisturized instead of feeling dry and brittle. When you treat moisture as a priority instead of as an afterthought, something you just do whenever you remember, no matter how much time passes, then you're actually going to start seeing better results in terms of your hair growth. The third thing, very important, not protecting your ends. There is this thing people do where they style their hair and then they style the hair all the way to the ends, and you just see the ends hanging around like that unprotected. You may even identify that the ends need a trim, that the ends look a little dry or a little rough compared to the rest of the hair. Until you understand that the ends are the oldest part of your hair and they actually need the most attention and the most protection after your scalp, then you may be working backwards. Your ends are the part of your hair that have been through the most manipulation, because you know the hair grows upwards. So by the time you get to the hair that's at the end, that is the oldest part. The rest of the hair is new hair. They are more fragile and you need to be actively protecting them. This is where length retention starts. So when you're moisturizing your hair, you need to also focus on your ends. When you're picking protective styles, you need to pick protective styles that keep your ends tucked away no matter the style. And even when you're detangling or combing your hair, you have to do your very best not to be rough with this process, because you can rip away your ends and this is not good at all. Which feeds into my next point of being patient. Patience will take you farther than any routine or product will. A lot of people don't have the patience to care for their hair, especially people that have hair types that fall under 4A, 4B, 4C, because these hair types tend to tangle more, they tend to snag more, and they tend to just mat over themselves more. It can be a little difficult working with these hair types, but I'm here to tell you that if you don't calm down and take care of that hair well, you will end up with hair that you're ripping apart. You will comb your hair, you will detangle your hair and see way more hair on the comb or the brush that you're using than it's supposed to be. And one thing that completely changed the game for me was calming down and treating my hair care as a spa or therapy session for my hair. This made me slow down, and I actually took more time to separate my hair when necessary, to detangle when necessary, and to apply my products when necessary, compared to before when I used to just rush through the process so that I could be done with it and get on to the next activity in my day. We live in a world where we're constantly chasing instant results. People always look for the fastest thing that they can do, the product they can use that will give them the fastest hair growth. It does not matter what you use, it does not matter what you do. If you're not doing it right, and if you're not calming down and being intentionally slow when caring for your hair, and that's it. A lot of the women who actually have the long hair that you desire are repeating these 5 things, then you're going to lose all of the progress that you make, and that is not what we want. And the last but not least point is you not addressing your scalp. There is this thing people say that you have to only apply your products to the body of your hair, and whenever products are applied to the scalp, it leads to itching, it leads to discomfort. While this may be the case for some products, you're not supposed to completely neglect your scalp. Hair growth starts at the scalp, it doesn't start at the body of the hair. And when you go and focus all of the attention on the body of your hair while neglecting your scalp, that means you're completely also working backwards. If your scalp is dry, congested, inflamed, or constantly itchy, then it is not healthy enough for hair growth. Your hair follicles live inside your scalp, and if they are blocked, irritated, or starved of blood flow circulation, then they will grow weaker and your hair growth will always be slower than it's supposed to be. Scalp care is not the same as hair care, and this is another place where a lot of women miss the mark. So spend time massaging your scalp with oils, spend time cleansing your scalp, clarify your scalp when necessary, apply products to your scalp, apply oils to your scalp, and this will help to stimulate blood flow circulation, which in turn helps to improve growth, and it will also help to keep the scalp clean and very, very healthy. And if you've heard of these things before but you've never paid any attention to them, I want this video to be your sign that you need to pay attention to these things. Pick any one of them or all of them and focus on doing them consistently, and trust me, your results are going to completely change. Hope you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.